Hey guys, Fallon Rice Scott here. It is January 10th. I am in San Ignacio, Belize, on my honeymoon. And even though I'm on my honeymoon, he's taking a nap. And I thought this would be such a great time to finally make this video that I've been promising you guys on basically how to turn your dreams into reality using tools such as dream boards, affirmation statements, and then actually setting up accountability and trackers. It's the new year. Everybody is setting up New Year's resolutions, 92% of which never even come to pass. And I kind of want to show you guys where I am and why I was kind of inspired to do this video today. I've literally got the Belize jungle behind me. We've got infinity pools, which has been on my dream board for honeymoon forever. We've got this glass floor to ceiling, amazing, just amazing. We got this whole villa. It's like got this whole thing behind me. So I kind of want you to see why I decided today to go ahead and make this video, because this is something that was on my dream board, but for the past 4 years, pretty much every single thing that I put on my dream board has come to pass. And I don't think that should be a secret. I don't think that should be something that is left to people that are considered visionaries like me. If you've never heard of the book Strengths Finder 2.0, as in finding your strengths, not your weaknesses, I'd highly suggest that you order the book. The good thing is you don't have to read the whole book. There's a bunch of different profiles or characteristics that make up a person, and then you take a test in the back of the book and it tells you about yourself. This has really helped during the dream board process and everything with just figuring out who Fallon is and how to use my strengths to really make my dreams and the dreams of others come true. So this isn't going to be a long video, but I don't want to be the only person, on Facebook or Instagram saying, oh God, I want her life or whatever. Like, you create the life you want, but I understand that it may not be as second nature to some of you as it was to me of kind of how to walk through and make these things happen. So, if you're not a visionary, if you've never done a dream board, or maybe you do a dream board every year, but you're one of the 92% that your New Year's resolutions or the items on your dream board just don't happen. I'm going to take these off because they're bothering me. So ignore the bags under my eyes while we keep this going, okay? So really it's just a simple 2-step process. It's a couple pieces in between there, but step 1 is to see what you want, write it down, visualize it, put it on the dream board, and I'm going to talk about how to avoid, having to get magazines and all that stuff and cutouts. We're going to use a modern day virtual vision board using the app Pick Collage, as in making a picture collage. And then step 2, after you've created the vision board, is really the task portion, the timeline, the task, the accountability, and the doing portion. That's really the whole thing. We're in the age of Pinterest and screenshots and Instagram and, oh, that's so cute. I want this. I want to go there. I want to be this skinny. I want to do that. And then we never get there. So step 1 is going to be to brainstorm your SMART goals. And I don't want you to think about anything, just start writing. I don't want you to think what's possible for me to accomplish this year, whether it's 2018, whether you're watching this video in 2025. Don't think about what's possible. Just take out a sheet of paper and say, what do I want? If I could have whatever I want, what would that look like? We'll set some timelines and parameters around it later. And yes, we're in the jungle, so I'll be swatting as we do this. The video will still be just as effective. Just take notes, okay? So I want you to write down your SMART goals, brainstorm where you want to be, and most times people don't really know what to write down, right? So I want you can Google this. It's 12 life goal categories, and I think most times I do mine in a set of 5: health, fitness, finances, hobbies and travel, or purpose, career and business, health and body, and then of course the spiritual aspect, mindset, personal growth, things like that. But I love some of these categories, so I'm going to read them off to you. And again, you can Google this, 12 life goal categories, when you're just writing stuff down to think, what are all the different areas that I want to see better or different for myself and my family? Health and fitness, obviously. Intellectual life, which may include how many books you want to read this year. Are there seminars or conferences that you like to attend? I'm super excited about going back to the GLS, the Global Leadership Conference, this year in Chicago. Emotional life. Where would you like your emotional energy and happiness to be? How would you like to feel throughout your day? Character, what do you value? Your spiritual life, what spiritual practices do you want to maintain? I know that's huge for me, especially being an entrepreneur, really setting habits and setting the same system every day. I can't think of the word right now, but basically putting the same things in place every single day, where in the morning I'm having my devotion at this time and just really setting my day to be in the right headspace. love relationships, parenting, social life. What type of, activities do you want to do with your friends? How often do you want to do that with friends and family? Career, what position do you want to fill next? What job? What type of skill do you want to acquire? And then a life vision. What is your grand contribution to yourself, your community, and your planet? So those are some ideas, and we're going to kind of walk through some actual examples, because none of this stuff is, rocket science, guys. Like, you want to get skinnier, you want to save some money, or you want to get a house, or get married, or you want to, work on yourself or read more books. So how do we go from what we want and writing all this great stuff down in categories and having it come to fruition, okay? So first of all, you're going to write it down, and you're going to see here, I use an app called Pick Collage, and I'm going to show you on the screen, but I'm also going to show you, like, on my phone, what a modern vision board is. And I love it because you can just save it on your phone. So this is one of the ones that my husband and I did for 2018. So after you've written down all of these goals, you want to find a photo that represents, or some type of depiction that represents a goal that you wrote down. So for example, the biggest thing that we are focused on this year is debt-free, getting debt-free. Combined, we have about almost $300,000 in student loan debt. We have more than that with our mortgage and everything else. So we really want to focus on living debt-free. So instead of just, finding we specifically, if you look in the middle, we have a picture there of a tassel. We want to pay off $200,000 this year in just student loans. We have Scott's Debt-Free Living Spree, which is like our hashtag that we are using on social media. And so what I love, actually, I'm not going to drop this here since this is actually working out pretty clearly. In the Pick Collage app, and it's this little app right here. Actually, I'm backwards right there. If you go to Pick Collage, what I like is you want to go and you want to click on Freestyle, okay, this little blue portion. And when you click Freestyle, down here at the bottom, they'll say, it'll be like grids, background, photo, sticker. You can add your own photos. So if you have like a picture that you like of just like yourself, you can add that. If you want to do something like web search, so one of the things we want to do is, make sure our credit moves all the way up to the top tier of the excellent credit range. You can go to the bottom right here where it says web search. It's that little magnifying glass right here under the word Pick Collage, and you can type anything. You can type web search, you can type student loan debt. That's where we found that little tassel with the word debt on it, and then we wrote a specific number over it. So let's say you want to get your credit better, or you want to read some books. You can literally search the word credit, and all of these images will come up. And you get to pick what image you want to place on your virtual vision board. So I know I'm getting into detail, but I really want to make sure that you all are getting it. So instead of just saying, oh, good credit, bad credit, we chose one that was very specific, because that's something that you need to do once you're setting SMART goals, which I would have you Google that if you're not sure, what that is. This one might be a good one to use. Once you select it, so we selected this one over here in the corner, you're able to add it. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can cut it out. And this one is specific, and it says good. Maybe you want a good credit score. Maybe you want, excellent or whatever. So you want to do that, okay? So that's just kind of walking you through how we played around with the app and got all the pictures on there using web search. And then, of course, you can add text. So when we added the Scott's Debt-Free Living Spree on there, we just added text at the bottom. We added text. We can, make it big, small, pick the font or whatever. So that's how you actually create it, right? That's the fun part. That's the easy part, is doing this, okay? Once you've got that, the real work begins, okay? So I'm going to put a link in here as well to I Am Affirmations. We had an I Am Affirmation event, and the importance of that, I'm not going to go into it. It's too long. But your words shape your world. I've said for years that I wanted to honeymoon in Fiji. And although I'm not in Fiji right now, Devon actually gets really, really bad sun poisoning. So we needed to be somewhere like shaded and covered, and he's still in there with like a huge broken out face. So yeah, we didn't go to Fiji, but the aspects of it, the huts that I wanted, the overwater, bungalows or the infinity pools, like all that kind of stuff. We didn't get the overwater bungalows, but we got a glass, ceiling to floor villa. So also be flexible as, real life happens, but being able to get what I wanted was great, even though it came through a different way. But my words shaped my reality of getting here, because in order for me to say I'm having a debt-free wedding or I'm honeymooning in this part of the world, my daily actions had to line up to make sure that I could get there, right? So that's what the affirmations are about. You can click the link here to actually watch the affirmation event that we did. Why having I am affirmation statements around each one of your goals and each one of your vision board items are key, okay? So then what you want to do is the part that nobody else does. You create the vision board, you've brainstormed, you're seeing all your, the success for yourself, and then you really need to create tasks and timelines. So I'm just going to give you a couple examples because I think that this will be easy. Creating tasks and timelines around some easy things, right? So let's take the Scott's debt-free living spree, okay? So we want to pay off $200,000 in debt. So let's just break this down. We've got 12 months. How much money do we need to make a month, right, to get there? What is our debt? We have to actually go and log in and look at our debt. And then we have a whole list already at home of, okay, when we get a check for this amount, this is what we're paying off first. This one has a higher interest rate, so we're going to pay this off. Then we're going to do this. We're going to do that, right? So kind of saying, okay, yeah, it's cool to say you want to be out of debt. How much debt do you have? Is it just your mortgage? Is it this? Is it that? As the money comes in, where is it going to be allocated, right? And then we also have a picture on here about baby steps 1 through 3 from Financial Peace, Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace. There are 7 baby steps. We're only focusing on steps 1 through 3 this year. Don't bite off more than you can chew when you're thinking about timelines. Baby step 1 is to save $1,000 in your beginner emergency fund. We've done that. Step 2 is to pay off all debt using the snowball. And then baby step 3 is to save 3 to 6 months worth of, your expenses. And so we have a number that we want to have in the bank that no matter what happens, we are not touching this amount of money. So that's really our goal this year. So while we're attacking the debt, also do step 3 and put this amount of money in the bank, right? So we have it split. We've got certain bank accounts set up to where this is a bank account that we're not touching. Our direct deposits are going here, and they're automatically going to put X percentage of our checks in here every month. It may seem small, but you just saying that you want to save a certain amount or pay it off is not going to happen. Maybe your goal was like mine was 2 years ago, guys. Like, I was broke, okay? I just wanted to save $5,000. So I Googled how to save $5,000 in a year, and there was a weekly calendar, and it told you week 1, save $4, week 2, save $8, week 3, save this. What I did was I had a, what's that planner called? I had a day designer planner. The first week of the year, I went through, and on every single week, week 1, week 2, on that week, in the top right or left-hand corner, I put the amount on there. So it was $4 that week, I put it up there. If it was $28 that week, if it was $100 that week, I put it there. So every week of the year in my planner, when it came down to be in May or June and I'm ready to go on vacation and do this, this, and that, I had a reminder from January, girl, you're trying to save $5,000 this year. Pay yourself first. So you don't want to just write something down. Find a tool, find an accountability tracker or an app. Find something and institute that now so that throughout the year you're still getting your goals done, okay? For example, health. We both want to get better with our health. I lost a lot of weight for the wedding. I don't want to just blow up after the wedding. I want to stay snatched, right? So what's something that we can do? Yesterday he was like, man, I really want to eat better. I know you think I'm joking because he loves wings and fries and everything horrible in life. And I'm okay with eating healthier even though I'm greedy. I just really hate going to the gym. Like, I will do it for the results, but I hate it. He's in the military. He loves it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep us responsible with the grocery store and cooking more and making sure that we're eating healthy. You make sure that when you get up and get ready to go to work, or if you're off that day, that we are at the gym at 6 or 7 in the morning. That's part of our plan. Another thing is we want to run more this year. We want to run together. So one thing I've done is look at when are the great, what races can we do together around Atlanta? We love to travel. So where can we travel and go and do a 5K or a 10K this year? Because if we sign up and pay our money for a 5 or 10K, we're going to have to train. So even if we don't feel like it, we're putting things in place now so that throughout the year we can look back and we've not just seen and created a vision board. We've set it up now. We've created a timeline now. We've put tools and things in place now to make sure that it happens later, right? So what else do I want to say? Compassion Kids. A lot of times people are wanting to do more serving or volunteering, giving back. And so for me this year, actually not just this year, so since 2009, I've been working with an organization called Compassion International. When I was in grad school, we actually partnered with them, went over to Uganda, and we did a project with Uganda Christian University and Baylor's Master of Accountancy program, and we worked with them, and we got to sponsor kids. So I've been sponsoring a little girl in Uganda ever since, and I now also sponsor a little boy in Thailand. Well, I can't, I mean, I can, but like, I don't want to sponsor 50 kids, right? We write them letters, and it's a very intimate relationship. So one thing I really wanted to do is make a difference this year. So I'm doing 100 compassion kids, and that's also something that is in the bottom corner over here under the L on Limitless of my dream board. You know, I want to change the story for 100 compassion kids this year. So what did I do for that? How am I going to get 100 people, 100 kids sponsored this year? So I did, I started looking at people that I could partner with and writing their names down. I started doing little polls on Instagram like, hey, this is my little girl Sharon, this is my son over in Thailand. You know, would you be interested in sponsoring a kid for compassion? Like, heck yeah, sign me up. It's only $38. Or B, that sounds cool, but I need some more information. I had like 40 people respond to that poll, and I think like 9 or 10 of them were like, $38 a month, sign me up. I don't even need any information, and the rest of them wanted more information. So I'm like, okay, if I do 1 or 2 polls a month, if I do a Facebook Live, if I'm able to get online or do a Facebook interview or something with a compassion representative, maybe I can show my Facebook album or show what it was like when I was actually on the site with the Compassion Children and the Compassion Project, and show people more of that. I can start doing real numbers, right? Like, I can look at my rates and say, oh, every month I've been able to have 5 kids get sponsored. Well, that's great, but if it's June and my rate has been 5 kids a month and we're 6 months into the year, that's only 30 kids, right? So if I'm doing one thing a month to try to get 100 kids sponsored, maybe I need to do 2 or 3 things a month, or maybe I need to do something different to make sure that by the end of the year I've met my goal of 100. So I know this is like super technical and you're probably like tired of watching this video, but I just want to really have you see what kind of goes through my mind as I'm making goals. Who am I going to partner with? What is the timeline going to look like? How often am I going to evaluate? Compassion has something called the Compassion Experience. I started looking at the Compassion Experience dates that they have in the Atlanta area. They do them all around the world, but definitely in your city or in a city near you. So how can I get involved with the Compassion Experience so people can really get submerged in that? Like, what does that timeline really look like? So I kind of hope that that helps a little bit with some of the things that you want to, that you say you want to do, how to create the timeline. And then with that, excuse me, I want you to also find proper apps and accountability. Apps are my jam, okay? So, like, I don't really drink enough water. When I was still, like, in corporate America, I drank water all the time because, like, every 2 seconds I was, like, trying to get to the break room and get away from my desk, right? Like, just, let me just go drink water to get away from here. Well, now that I work from home, I can, like, be at the computer all day and have 1 bottle of water, which is horrible. So there's an app called iHydrated, like iPhone, iHydrated, that I use all the time. I can be super, super unproductive. I just found the most amazing app called Productive, and I love it. As you can see, it's like one of the most recent apps on my phone, and it's about creating habits and the things that you really want to work on. Is it vitamins you want to take every day? Is it certain things you want to do in the morning? Do you want to stretch more? My posture is horrible. I'm super tall. I've always been like this. They have a posture checker where, like, during the day, it's like, check your posture, check your posture. So these things that, honestly, if you didn't have something reminding you or an accountability tracker, by the time February 12th or 13th rolls around, like, you are done thinking about that. Put those things in place now. If you know that you're bad about going to the grocery store, find a subscription service or an email service that's going to send you a weekly meal plan now. So that by the time February, March, April rolls around and you're not thinking about meal planning, meal prepping, or meal planning for the week anymore, you're not having to do the hard work. So I know that these things may seem small, but go through your list and figure out, what do I want? How am I going to get it on my dream board? What picture is really going to make me feel the success of this thing? You know, if you want a Range Rover, don't just go find a picture of a Range. Go drive one. Go take a picture of you driving a Range Rover, and you put that picture on your dream board. How did you feel in it? How did you feel when you accelerated in that thing? Like, that is what's going to make you push on the days that you frankly don't want to do so. So anyway, that's pretty much how you want to get through this. Brainstorm and write it out. Write the vision and make it plain. After you write the vision, find a depiction of a photo or something that is going to help you keep that in your mind. As you can see, I have it on my phone. If I was still back at home, I actually printed off like a little, it actually is about this size. I printed off a vision board like this, and I have it on my Mac. Ignore my broken nail that I just broke today on my adventure at Tunachinich. I can't even say it. Amazing Mayan ruins. Sidebar. Go look it up. You can see it on my Instagram. Anyway, I have my dream board printed like this, and then we have a huge one blown up that's in our master bathroom, and we just have it hanging up, and then we actually have a dream board wall now with my 2013, 14, 15, 16, and now 17 dream boards, all the way back from when I was cutting stuff out to now the virtual ones that we're able to, shoot each other and screenshot and just keep before our face, in front of our, keep before our face. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope this kind of gave you a baseline of what to do, what categories you should be focused on, how to create it, using Pic Collage app or something similar. Once you've created it, what are the next thing? What you should have 5 to 10 tasks associated with each bullet point or goal or picture of how that's going to happen. If you want to get skinny, what are you going to do to get skinny? Don't just say, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. How are you going to do that? Are you going to lose 2 pounds a month for the year? What does that really look like for you? What's feasible? What makes sense? So make sure that you guys go through there, set up your accountability, get your tools, your reminders, your trackers. People, don't just tell your dreams to everybody. Find people that are going to hold you accountable. Find someone that's going to do it with you. Find a prayer partner. Find a workout partner. Find another new mom. If I'm trying to lose weight for a wedding, I'm going to definitely be on it, right? I don't want to be fat in a wedding dress. But if I were to go and find, a mom that's busy and got kids, she may life may be in the way. If you're a bride, go find a bride that's really trying to get skinny. If you're a mom, go find a new mom, because you're going to be able to relate to that person a little bit better. Girl, I just can't make it to the gym today. Little Sally was up till 3 a.m., okay, and I'm tired. That other mom, if that other mom says, girl, my baby was up till 3:30 and I'm hitting the gym at 6, let's do it, they're going to be able to relate a lot better than me saying, girl, well, let's just still hit the gym. They're going to ignore me because I don't have kids. So make sure you find the right accountability partners. Don't underestimate how amazing that part is. I'm done. I hope this was helpful. Make those dream boards. Let's turn the dreaming into doing using this system. And I want to see what dreams you turn into reality this year and beyond.